That's my case for that's my case for my insulin.
That was terrible. That was terrible.
What was that?
The worst end. Hola, amigos, and welcome to Mark Out Mama Mania.
Oh, Lord.
It's because of the
Pedro have been to Las Drogas again.
Yeah.
It's because of the echo.
Audio technical difficulties.
I'm Pedro Boriquedro, aka Techno Spaniard, and we have James the Extract Sarno, aka Jim House. How are you?
I am doing good, my friend. Hearing the echoes like crazy, but I'm hanging in there. How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm okay. You know, last night, Zeus was in my area last night because I was woken up in the middle of the night by like thunder,
Oh my God.
lightning. We actually had rain. I was excited. I was like, holy shit, we have rain here in Texas. But look, it's the god of thunder, Zeus King Dark.
Al?
Yeah, we need a little The god of thunder is here. How are you?
I'm here. I'm just hanging out with Great Muda, and we're just talking about what a big waste it was to have him on TV last week and not do a goddamn thing with him.
That's an understatement.
I mean, it's like it's gotta be like just the tickets alone, got to be a couple grand to fly him because he's not going to fly, anything but first class. And
I was going to say, he's flying first class. I mean, how do you put him on your premium live event? Excuse me, fucking pay-per-view.
Well, I mean, not to mention, he's got a hefty appearance fee. It's not like it's not like he's just coming out for whatever they think he's going to be worth. He's going to be like, no, I'm coming out for this amount, and which I personally know is a lot of money. And I know it's a lot of. I know it's more money now than it was, 4 years ago when I saw him.
So they brought him in. They showed him on TV for literally 20 seconds. That's it. All they did was put his name over the WWE Hall of Fame graphic.
Hey, before we get into things, Aloe Wolfie is in the chat.
Aloe Wolfie.
Aloe Wolfie, what's up?
And then Brian Bell, Double B.
B. Brian Bell.
And he says, we have the warden here to keep the train on the tracks today.
Holy crap, you guys last week, I swear to God.
Last week, referee Aubrey was getting railed and all kind of things.
Aubrey got railed all that.
You guys were like, it's like unleashing 12-year-olds.
I don't know what happened. The shit just went off the rail.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
we're like, Daddy's not here. Let's go.
The boys are in Wembley Stadium.
I'm old and I'm tired, and I work with a bunch of children.
No, but Zeus, you're right, man. They flew him in, paid him a shitload of money just to show his face on TV for 20 seconds. They didn't do anything, no running. They didn't do no miss, no chair shot. And then you had Nakamura on Raw the very next night in the main event, and they still didn't use him. Horrible.
So into Pittsburgh. Flying him into Pittsburgh of all fucking places.
Yeah, of all places, Pittsburgh.
Like, why couldn't you fly him in 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago? If I'd have known he was coming to fucking Raw in Buffalo, I'd have gone.
Yeah. Pittsburgh. Jesus.
What was Pittsburgh where Bret Hart in that one promo said if you gave the United States an enema, you'd put the hose in Pittsburgh?
Yeah. That's what he said.
I can't believe I remember that. That's a long time ago.
It just doesn't make sense, man. WWE just doesn't make sense. They don't capitalize on the people that they have. Just ask Carlito and catering.
Yeah, poor guy.
He's been signed for like what? Over a month now, right?
Right after the Puerto Rico one.
Right. After the big pay-per-view in Puerto Rico.
When was the one in when was that, in June or
something like that? Yeah, was it in June? Or May?
Let me look it up.
He's just been sitting in catering. They don't capitalize on things. He was hot right there, man. You capitalize.
I mean, all you got to do is have him do run-ins and then spit the apple in the face of the guy that he runs in on.
Exactly, because you're not expecting Carlito to give you 20-minute matches.
And then you change it up. You just make it where, sometimes he attacks the babyface, sometimes he attacks the heel. So you never know. You never know who isn't cool until he spits the apple on somebody. It's just it's really simple.
Yeah.
It was in May. May 6th.
I mean, how stupid do you have to be to figure out, what his strong point is?
But WWE doesn't capitalize.
They created the stupid fucking gimmick.
I know. They got brand new tag team titles. Okay? Brand new championships though. Sitting in the back for the past month.
They do?
Yep.
I haven't seen them yet.
Nobody's seen them because they're trying to figure out a way to separate the belts.
Oh.
I mean, you can't figure that out?
Yeah, it's called, hey, you had a match tonight for just the Raw belts.
Right, exactly. It's not that hard.
Yeah. And what you do is you make them wrestle twice in one night.
There you go.
It's like, you got to defend them, separately.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of the tag team titles, what about that tag team match from Payback?
Oh, you're talking about the Pittsburgh street fight?
Yeah. Judgment Day versus KO and Sammy.
I mean, I'm glad that they put the belt on Judgment Day because it opens up new storylines. Yeah, because Sami Zayn and KO is just involved with the bloodline. But I thought the match was alright. I mean, it is what it is.
I had a lot of fun watching it. Like, from the point when KO and Sammy popped up wearing the Steelers, not the Steelers, the Penguins.
Yeah.
The Penguins jerseys.
They were Sidney Crosby and Mario Lemieux.
Yeah, from that point on, the match just the crowd just went nuclear.
Yeah.
The moment
really speared fucking Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens a dive off the balcony, putting Dom through the table, the spear, the stuff with Jordan Devlin. I can't remember his mainstream roster name. What's his roster?
JD McDonough.
Okay.
Yeah, he destroyed JD McDonough.
Yeah. Oh, that bump looked sick as fuck.
Yeah.
I was hurting watching it.
I mean, it was an okay match. I mean, it was what it was.
It was fun. It was a bunch of fun moments strung along, and the crowd was eating it up.
Yeah. I prefer the cage match. I thought it was good. I like Becky Lynch versus Trish was alright. Oh, poor Becky Lynch. Poor Trish.
Trish, that knot on her head.
Jesus, she just gets fucked up in every match.
Maybe she's too old for it.
No, it's like she got a pretty face. Stop beating it up. Broken nose, knot on the forehead. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I have no idea why on earth she got, roped back into this stuff.
James,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see what caused the knot on her head. Like I saw the match, but I didn't see the specific.
I think it's when remember when Becky was ramming her head at the top of the cage?
Yes.
Up top? Okay, I think Trish went in too hard.
Okay.
And Becky drove her head in. As opposed to being in rhythm, she went really hard and Trish went with it and cracked her head.
Okay.
I was like, that was brutal.
I think I wasn't as hot on this match as everyone else, but I think a few things helped it. The crowd, the commentary, and the finish.
And they were stiff with each other.
The finish when Becky closes the door, locking both like Zoe and Trish in her, and she's like, "You're both gonna die." Like we're none of us are leaving here alive. Like she has like that look or whatever.
Then Zoe turned on Trish.
Yeah.
It was okay.
Well, I
It was good. I enjoyed the
thought it was
match.
a strong character finish.
Yeah.
Like,
It was good. Fucking Echo's killing me.
Brian Bell, yes. We know there's a massive echo sound quality going on. we are
Yes.
aware of it.
Yes. We are all aware of the technical difficulties we are having right now.
We were working on it before we went on the air.
I'll try to bring headphones next week or something. I don't understand it.
No, but it works every time for you, Zeus. I don't know why it's not working for you now.
Well, they just did a hard reset on all these computers. I know IT came in and wiped them out.
They were all breed.
What?
We're here.
Holy shit, you almost made me spit out my water.
Sit. Good dog.
Why are you bringing up Aubrey, James?
I have no idea. It just popped in my head.
Didn't you do enough to the poor woman last week? I mean, not only did y'all dragged her through the mud, and and that's putting it mildly.
I thought horses like mud.
Yeah, I did put her over in that. I said she was bigger than both Hook and Jungle Boy.
That's just a fact. That's not putting her over.
I said she looked like she could take them. I mean, that's put.
I'm sure she can take them.
Oh, damn it, James.
Are you talking about the AEW legal department?
Yes. The Don Stevens alter ego.
Oh my god.
Since we're on Payback, what's that match? I liked Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Gonzalez. I feel a lot of people hate it because the finish, because you had the cheap finish.
I knew that kind of finish was coming. Because it sets up the whole match without Dom, so that's good.
But Rhea Ripley was doing a lot of cool stuff during the body of that match. She was she was doing a lot of character work and stuff. I thought she was really good in the match. Raquel was good too, but I mean, they just, what you said, James, is true. The thing they have her doing is not working for her. She doesn't work not as a white meat baby face or whatever they're going for. It just doesn't work. Not at this point. Maybe if she got over more naturally, it might work. But right now, her just being, she almost looks like, you ever see clips of Molly Holly before she got in WCW?
Oh my God, yeah.
Where she's going around being like, yeah. You know, like an indie sort of thing, like handing out candy to the kids. Yeah. That's almost how she comes off. And it's terrible. Like,
Yeah. It wasn't, I've always said you got to take Raquel Gonzalez and make her, and just do exactly what you're doing. Do exactly what you did with Rhea Ripley, but you flip it. You do it as a babyface. Let her be her own person. Let her personality come out, but let her beat the shit out of people. Like, remember how she slammed Dominic in that match?
Yeah.
Do that shit. Beat the shit out of the heels.
She power slammed him, right?
Yeah.
Over the shoulder power slam.
Yeah, hell yeah. But she picked him up like he was like 5 pounds.
7.
7 pounds. There you go. So it just, just do that. Just do that. But because whatever they're doing now is not working.
I didn't watch the main event, James, so I can't say about the main event. What was that like?
It was a good match. It was well paced. They made it look bigger than it was. The crowd made it look like it was a really big match of importance. They slowed it down. They tried to tell the story. It was good. It wasn't great. It was good. It was good. It was okay. Hard hitting. It was all right. I have to set. Well, yeah. I mean, you show Muda for 20 seconds. That makes no sense. I marked out because as soon as they showed Muda, I said, "Oh shit, WWE's going to pull the trigger," and then they're going to make Nakamura the champ. Because as soon as I saw Muda, I was like, "There's no other reason why you fly Muda in unless you do the title switch." But no, I got played.
I mean, it's so weird because they've been so stingy with moving stuff around after 2 decades of hot potatoing shit.
Mm-hmm.
And now things are, no, we can't do that. Like, fuck, why can't Nakamura be champ for a month and then everybody's fucking happy?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you got Muda sitting right there. You could have easily, everybody said, "Oh, but he can't move, he can't walk." Bullshit. You work your way around it. All you had to do was all you had to do was have Nakamura take Seth Rollins and throw him in Muda's lap. Muda would have missed him. And that's it. And then back in the ring, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Or you like how Muda chair shot him.
Rollins just has to get the mist in the face, and then he blindly goes back in the ring, and he gets hit with the knee or whatever. The
King Shotzi, yeah, exactly.
And it's over.
Yeah, it's over. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean,
or
all 3 of us could have put that in our sleep.
Or make it a near fall. Although, I mean, I agree with Zeus. Like, you may as well just give Nakamura a small transitional run or something.
Yeah.
But
and it works because if everybody says that, but Pedro, and it plays on the story. The bad back of Rollins. So then you give him he lost because of the back.
Did they work the back into the match?
Yeah, they did. Okay. They did.
Okay, that's.
They've been working the back. They've been working the back storyline too. The past 3 weeks. Oh, his back is giving out. He's got a broken vertebrae. This, that, and the third. Use it, and you got Muda there. What's wrong with you? So they flew him in. They paid him a shitload of money, appearance fee, all that bullshit, just so they could show his face and put the WWE graphic under his name. That's what all that was for. WWE Hall of Famer, the Great Muda.
I mean, just more brilliance,
I told you, Zeus, I marked out because I think they're going to pull the trigger.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we were all hoping.
But it was a waste.
Such is life, such is WWE.
Just like CM Punk, a waste. Yeah, buy it!
James.
But it wasn't me. It's always
I feared for my life. Oh my God. I was so scared.
You threw away my cocaine?
That would have been awesome if that's what he did. If Punk lunged and grabbed the bag of cocaine and threw it away, and that's why Tony fired him.
I'm straight edge, bitch.
He's a detriment to
I'm
wrestling.
straight edge. You can't have no cocaine.
James, I feel it's to me, it's more of they're incompatible in the end. Punk and AEW were incompatible.
Okay, here's the problem. All right, Pedro, here's the problem. It's not that they were incompatible, although you're right. It's just that Punk is too much of a narcissist and he has not grown up. He has to learn that it's not all about him. All In should have never been about Punk arguing with fucking Jack Perry or Tony Khan. All In should have been about All In. 81,000 people in the fans, everybody going crazy, blah, blah, blah. That's what it should have been about. Not Punk, not Punk, not Punk.
James, you keep going on about him, okay, about Punk, but the real person you should be mad at is Tony Khan. Tony Khan is the real person that you have an issue with, because Tony Khan is the one who
gave him the power
to this year, allowed the situation to become what it was with all parties involved.
I agree.
The elite and their friends knew that Punk was easily got to, and they did their stuff to get to him. And Punk is, of course, that's no excuse for a 40-something-year-old man to act the way he acts, right? He should still act more professional.
He acts like a fucking child, Pedro.
Well, but what about the other people?
Excuse me, the Bucks are all fucking. The Bucks and Kenny are all children.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree, Zeus. I agree.
We're talking about the people, the Bucks and Kenny Omega, who regularly, for years, on the BTE, their YouTube show, take shots at people for having the audacity to criticize them, for mocking people openly, even mocking like specific fans or stuff online in their YouTube show for daring to question their magnificence, right? There's supremacy. These are everyone involved is kind of a soft, fragile, like ego-filled whatever. But Tony, the TK, should have like managed all of this. He should have, and if he couldn't have managed it, he should have brought someone in who would manage it for him.
I just don't want to see Punk show up on WWE TV because I've had enough of him. I'm done.
I mean, I've told you guys. Holy Jesus fucking Christ! I missed his career. This is all I know of Punk, and he's just, he's just constantly, between, everything that where he's acted unprofessional. Everybody there has acted unprofessional. Mm-hmm. And it's comes from the top. If you're not going to be, if you can't put, if you can't get people in line, and you can't, the whole thing with the stupid fight thing, that broke out, that was all handled improperly, from the get go. And then there's these rumors about, how they haven't, sat down and talked, and they were going to, and the Bucks didn't, their Bucks lawyer canceled the meeting or whatever. It's like, Jesus fucking Christ, you can't even be in the same room together. You're grown fucking men,
Yeah, right.
Like if Bret Hart and Shawn can hate each other to the core as much as they did, and they still work together, like how can you not work together? I mean, it's beyond me. It's just it's the biggest bunch of, all fucking entitled wrestling I've ever seen in my life. It's just pathetic.
Brian Bell said EVPs, I know in title only, but if they are leadership, they should be held to a higher standard than Punk. They should have met with Punk when he returned and figured this shit out. There's a thing.
I agree, Brian Bell. I agree.
There's a thing coming out. The Bucks would only meet with Punk if he had gone 6 months without an incident.
See, that's high school shit right there, though. You know?
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. Okay, take Punk and the Elite out of this thing. Who is the people letting them go wild like an unruly high school?
I know. It's Tony Khan.
Tony Khan. He's the reason this whole thing became.
He's the principal who does a principal.
And that's okay if he has a strong assistant principal who will do it for him.
Right.
So, but they don't have anyone like that. Like Christopher Daniels is the one in charge of the talent, and he was being banned from Collision. That tells you everything. Like, well, he wasn't the person for that job. I don't know who the person is. Some people were saying, they should have had Jim Ross do what he did in the WWE, but this group of people don't have any respect for the veterans. So why they're not going to listen to Jim Ross? They would just laugh at Jim Ross if he was to try to do that job for them.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, everyone has guilt in this situation. Everyone involved has guilt in this situation. And I think ultimately, I just keep going back, they were incompatible, is what I keep coming back to. Because, I mean, it's just obvious. Look how quickly everything steamrolled from when he joins to where we are at the moment. I say where we are. We're not in it. I mean, but you know what I mean.
And then the Zeus, and the point that Zeus brought up in our chat about the ratings going down because of college football, that's bullshit. They were going down way before. You know?
Yeah. Well, and there's the thing. On Saturday on Collision, the ratings dropped by 89,000 immediately after they announced that Punk was fired.
Well, yeah, because it was in Chicago.
Right.
So,
I'm talking the TV ratings. The TV.
Yeah,
ratings.
but, well, again, it's in Chicago, so probably half the people in Chicago who just tuned in to watch Punk.
Right.
So, you know what? I'm not going to watch this bullshit. No. But I mean, again, is he worth the numbers? I mean, is he worth the numbers he supposedly brings in?
It was worth it all. Look,
sorry.
Look, here's the thing. When he first showed up, people were going ballistic. They were selling out arenas. People were talking about it. He had this great build up. Yeah, then after he got hurt, and then everybody, everybody starts making little personal jabs all the time, which should have been stopped. That should have happened in the first place. Don't make this personal. Don't shoot. Just fucking make this about fucking pro wrestling. So as that started happening, you had the breakdown, and then when Punk went out with the injury, that's when everybody in AEW, almost everybody, just started mouthing off how much they hated Punk and going to social media. And yeah, but I mean, but all these people, and then it was this big landslide, and of course it's all fueled by Dave and Brian Alvarez, who are the biggest suck-ups to the Elite on the planet Earth, right? I mean, their faces smell literally like the Elite's ass. It's just complete and total suck-up. And so by the time Punk came back, they had most of the fans that I saw online were all against Punk, right? Mm-hmm. And so him restarting, his last run, he was battling an uphill struggle just from perception and everybody bagging on him the whole time. And literally, like we said, everybody's taking an equal shot here and there. And the fact that, it's just there's no discipline, there's no leadership, and and then Sonny Kiss got fired because she said he couldn't he couldn't, keep things under control. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's
It's
fucked
like
up.
it's like, oh, now you don't like honesty from somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Fuck him.
look, I said we said last week, there are incidents in the past where Tony has put his foot down on some talents, right? But then there's other talents that just no, like, hands off. It just the situation just builds and builds and creates and creates. So, like, to someone like Big Swole, to someone like Sunny Kiss, yeah, it's no sweat off his brow to be like, I'm taking what you're saying, poof.
Right.
And then someone else is just like CM Punk and the Elite. It's just like, oh, I'll keep them separated as long as I can. Oh no, what happened when they got together at Wembley? Ah, but my life.
Here's the lawyer. You have to say the words, I feared for my life. That's the only way we can get rid of him, is if you feel as if your life was threatened.
Yeah.
You giant pussy.
Wait, Zeus, we need Juice Robinson to be the lawyer. Can we get Juice Robinson?
Juice. Yeah, Juice. Go ahead.
So let me get this straight here. So you think that you can survive the ECW arena in the 90s, but you can't deal with CM Punk and Jungle Boy Jim having a scuffle? You feared for your life. I just don't see it.
Love that. Love that. I love it. Just those Juice. Awesome.
That's true though. He was in the ECW arena and all, at all these shows and junk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know what's going on between them and the WWE not taking advantage. Great Muta and Carlito sitting in the back playing with himself. The only thing good, he is. He's sitting in catering playing with himself. Pedro's not being used.
Why is he playing with himself?
Because he got nothing else to do. He got nothing else to do.
Just say he's eating apples or something. You don't have to say he's playing with himself.
Yeah, he is. He's playing solitaire in the back. He's playing with himself. So it's like, come on. And then you got, the only thing good I saw from SmackDown last night was the Judgment Day got new opponents. For lack of the better name, I'm calling it the Hurt Business 2.0. Because Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits just got right in the Judgment Day's faces last night. I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And the crowd was hyped for Bobby Lashley. So let's see what happens with that.
Brian Bell says, I imagine now Big Eye Tony screaming as monitors fell on him backstage. He runs off only to return a little more calm with white powder on his nose and shirt. Yeah. Possibly.
Vision, dreams of passion.
Hey, I have a question, or not really a question. I'm just surprised. I'm looking at Impact had some kind of show last night, and in the pre-show, Little Guido was in the pre-show. He jobbed to someone named Alan Angels. I remember the name, but I don't remember who they are.
What's an Impact?
Do I know?
He was in Dark Order.
Oh, was he? I don't remember. But Little Guido is wrestling again? Or did he
I still don't know what an Impact is.
Impact Wrestling.
Never heard of it.
What the
heck? Zeus, he was part of the Dark Order?
Yeah, wasn't he the one that had like the mask that looked like Terminator from Teen Titans Go or something?
Oh, that's him? Okay.
Oh.
All right. How old is Little Guido? What? He's got to be our age, right?
I imagine.
Yeah, that guy's still wrestling? Little.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, on his moniker was 5. So he was 5 and the dork odor. The dork odor.
Dork Order. Little
Guido.
Guido. Big Sal E. Graziano. Those were the days.
Yeah, looked like
Remember Big Guido?
Yeah, man. Big Guido. Yeah.
Little Guido and Big Guido. Man, how did they meet? Because, they briefly had Big Guido and Big Sal at the same time.
Oh, Sal E. Graziano was huge.
I mean, they should have. I mean, those two guys would have been like a damn near 1,000-pound tag team.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were like the headhunters. Huge.
So this Impact Wrestling show, the pre-show, you had Jake something, Rich Swann, and Sami Callihan against something called the Design, Diener and Khan. I don't know who Diener and Khan are. And
Fat Sami Callihan?
Yeah.
That's his new gimmick now? He's fat?
I mean, that's been his gimmick for a while, if we're calling it a gimmick. But isn't it kind of crazy? Rich Swann and Sami Callihan are both former Impact World Champions, and they're in the pre-show dark match.
Yeah, I goes to show you that they wanted to get the hell out of the building early.
Leo Rush defeated Kushida. Man, there ain't nothing interesting in this thing. Crazy Steve defeated Black Taurus. Tommy Dreamer beat Kenny King for the digital media title. What the fuck? It was a digital media versus career match. What the hell? PCO defeated Bully Ray. That's kind of surprising.
Speaking of Bully Ray, is it true that him and Devon are coming back to WWE?
I don't know.
I don't know because Devon just announced that there was somebody at WWE who literally told him, "I don't like you because you're black." Somebody high up, and it was
Are
like,
you serious?
Yeah, he said he told him in front of Paul Lee and Bubba and Tommy Dreamer were all there. He literally said that in an interview for like Fightful or somebody.
Oh wow.
That's insane. What's wrong with these people? Jesus. I read somewhere that WWE signed them. Now, I don't know if it's just to go into for like a special thing or I don't know, but I read somewhere that it was signed.
It was some sort of Terry Funk honor deal. Dreamer had a Funk shirt on and stuff. Brian Bell was saying this. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe it has something to do with what Zeus says because somebody said that and then all of a sudden, oh well, we'll sign it. Here's some money. Shh.
Shh. And then he still goes on and tells.
Yeah. So he still goes on the radio and tells somebody else. That boy.
What? What'd you say, James?
Don't ask him again. Don't ask. I do want to say something because I missed the show last week, but Terry Funk, by all accounts, I mean, you haven't heard a bad interaction, with him. I mean, he seemed like he was just a super great guy to everybody, and he definitely missed. I don't think I ever got to see him live. If I saw him live, it was on maybe a Chainsaw Charlie thing, but I'd have to go look in my book again. But
I saw him in ECW, but he didn't wrestle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had just so many spectacular matches and just so many. When he got on the mic, he was just golden always. He gave us the egg sucking dog. He gave us the bleach blonde, big banana nose, Ric Flair thing, and I mean, he was just, he was fantastic to seemingly pretty much everybody. So
every time I think of Terry Funk, I think of the King of the Deathmatch song from the IWA and over in Kawasaki Stadium. Oh my God, he was ridiculous.
I mean, like the first thing I think of about Terry Funk, of course, is him being NWA World Heavyweight Champion and how all that transpired, and then he had the run where he was the fake NWA World Champion.
I remember
and
that.
And then I guess the empty arena match. Right? Didn't he have an empty arena match with?
Yes, with Terry with
Lawler.
Jerry Lawler. Yeah.
And
Very famous.
and of course the run in WCW was
The whole thing with Flair.
Thing with Flair, and then
And he went a tuxedo with cowboy boots, and he apologized for it on the table. Classic.
And that wasn't something we saw a lot of. It wasn't something that happened every week and every show and every hour on certain programming like it does now. So, Ric Flair was, that was his. Like, if you want to put in kind of an asterisk, on one of his title reigns, he went about 90 days recovering from that neck injury.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, the big ECW first pay-per-view, Barely Legal.
Mm-hmm. That's the belt that I got. The Terry Funk version of the ECW Championship.
It's interesting that Funk has this. Well, both him and his brother, of course, but they have this massive career all before the '80s as well.
Well, him and Dory were huge in Japan. Remember that?
Well, yeah, I mean, but they're both world heavyweight champions.
Yeah.
That they were NWA world heavyweight champions. The huge careers in Japan.
They were over in old Japan. I mean, him and Dory were like fucking savages in Japan.
I always laugh about the Terry Funk story about his first retirement. Do you remember it?
Is that the one where he wrestles Hart?
No, the first one was in the early '80s in Japan. He said he had saved up. I can't remember if it was $100,000 or something. And he thought he was set for life.
$100,000.
Which
okay.
He found out quickly that was not the case. But that's the one where you never seen the footage where he's in the ring in Japan. He's going forever.
Oh
forever,
yeah. Okay, yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I always laugh about that story.
Yeah. I thought you were talking about the one where he wrestled fucking the Hart in the barn.
Yeah, in the 97. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, "Oh, I couldn't win because I didn't think I'd be the world champion."
And he also had a little movie career.
Yeah, he was awesome in Roadhouse.
What was that other movie he was in?
He was in a few movies. He was in one with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Shit, man, I forgot the name of that movie. But yeah.
Was that Oscar?
No. He was in a movie with Sylvester Stallone. There was a period piece almost. It was set in the 40s, the 50s.
Oh, he was in more than one movie. He was in Over the Top.
Over the Top, yeah, I remember that.
He was in Paradise Alley.
Paradise Alley, boom. That's the movie.
He's in Time Stalkers? I never seen that one.
Mm-hmm. I never heard of that. But yeah.
He was in Friday Night Lights? I had no idea.
Terry Funk. I'm 163 years old and I still can do a moonsault. You want to talk about Moodanies? Jesus. He can never walk straight either.
Who was someone died this week? Adnan Al-Kaisi.
Adnan Al-Kaisi.
Yeah. Yeah, we hadn't heard much out of the general in a while.
He was used in world class.
No, I think AWA. You're thinking of
Yeah,
General.
AWA.
You're thinking of Skandar Akbar.
The Skandar. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. You're right.
Yeah, Adnan was a big deal in AWA Stampede too, maybe.
Didn't he manage Henning? AWA?
I don't think so.
At one point? No? Then he was the heel manager for Slaughter.
Yeah, General Adnan.
Yeah. I was when Bob Backlund joined the group. And the guy that was a Backlund ran up plenty boosters.
Yeah. I remember Sergeant Slaughter, Adnan LKC, and Iron Shoot. What the heck? Bank of Maureen Lester. Okay.
What?
Someone in the chat, Bank of Maureen Lester. Okay. Anyways.
Yeah.
Did you see any of the AEW All Out, James?
No, I did not. I refused.
God bless you.
I did not watch any of that All Out. Although I hear the Miro and the Powerhouse Hobbs match was pretty good. I hear.
Well, okay, so I watched Danielson versus Ricky Starks.
Right.
And to me, it was a bunch of nothing. I mean, Danielson was bleeding like as soon as he got to ringside, they did a thing, and he was bleeding before the match even started.
Were you pull a Kerry Von Erich?
No, it was just you know how AEW is, James. Yeah. They just they'll just start bleeding for no reason. So it was just some blood, just some hitting each other with the strap and kicking each other. And then Bank of Maureen Lester says, I am the AEW champ, bitches. Okay. Whatever. What was it? Yeah, there just wasn't much to the match. And just some bleeding, some kicking, hitting each other hard.
Yeah.
And then it was over. They did the cosplay of the Brett Steve Austin WrestleMania 13 finish, and which was something I wanted to bring up to both of you. Is that the most imitated finish in wrestling? Because they've used the WWE, AEW, Impact,
everybody's used at least
a gazillion, Ring of Honor, Japan, etc. Everyone has used that finish a million times. Is it the most imitated finish in wrestling?
Probably.
Yeah, it's got to be up there. I mean, it's been used. I mean, it's been used effectively, and then it's been used where it's just ho hum. I mean, it all depends on the story, and it all depends on the story, and it all depends on who's telling the story.
But anyway, it doesn't matter the story because there's no good stories, and you just gotta be original. I mean, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I feel like it's lost its power now because it's been used so many times by everyone. Everyone, when they use it specifically to reference that Brett Austin WrestleMania 13 match. They use it for that specific reference. So you go, oh, look, we're doing in Austin. We're putting him over like Austin in defeat. Like, they use it specifically for that reference, and it's been used so many times, I feel like it has no power anymore. And also, this match, there's Ricky Starks was supposed to wrestle CM Punk, right? He was supposed to wrestle CM Punk at All Out. So everything happens, Punk's fired, and then the day before they just sort of scramble, well, Bryan Danielson's back even though he's not supposed to be, and he's still injured, and let's have this match.
That was done last minute because of no Punk, you know that.
Right.
So,
But what I'm saying is, do you remember the first AEW pay-per-view, Double or Nothing?
Yes, I was actually excited for that one.
So you remember the Cody Rhodes, Dustin Rhodes match?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember my criticism later after the match? My criticism was like, yes, they have this big bloody match. It was, it's good in a thing, right? But why are they having this blood blow-off match? Like, there was no story going into it. There was no anything. It was just the very first show. They were just kind of like, we're doing this because this is what we wanted to do in the WWE, and they didn't let us do it. And you're like, but that's not a story. Like, this is not a story that results in this bloodbath blow-off. So I go back to that with this. Why are they having this bloody blow-off strap match thing with the Bret Hart, Steve Austin WrestleMania 13 finish when there's nothing, like, it's just a last minute thing?
They just needed an audience and some ratings, because the whole thing with Punk, Pedro. That's the only thing I can guess.
But it's
they were trying to throw shit at the wall, see if it stuck.
It's cheap and empty, I guess it's what.
Of course, it's cheap and empty. Of course it is. But what are you gonna do? Your headliner, you fire your headliner in his city. What are you gonna do?
I don't know.
You're gonna throw shit to the wall, see if it stinks.
Then.
I mean, you're gonna try something. I mean, did it work? I haven't seen the match. I can't comment on the match. But did it work? I don't know. Well, obviously not.
I didn't. Well, now let's keep in mind, I am a different audience than the AEW audience. The AEW audience will be happy with anything. So as long as it has that logo, they will be satisfied. But
Aubrey.
Well, you know what? She was in the match. I have to give her some props. She was in that match, and like when I saw she was the referee, I was like, "Oh shit, she's gonna do her shit like she did every time." But she actually kept her antics to like a minimum. You barely noticed her at all. So I will give her credit that in that specific match, she did not do all her usual stuff, which surprised me. I was expecting her to do her usual stuff, and she didn't in that match. But I didn't think there was much to it. But Dave Meltzer gave it 5 stars.
Oh, I'm surprised they didn't give it 17.
Oh, 5 star, 5 stars just showing up for a match now. I mean, who honestly, who gives a shit anymore? I don't understand why even people even report on how many stars he gives anymore. It's just absolutely meaningless.
He's a fucking shill.
It just doesn't. He likes who he likes, and that's it. And then he's got no journalistic integrity. He's got no integrity when you're judging matches. You look at his office, and you're like, okay, hoarder. I mean, Jesus Christ, he's about 3 years away from a really long overdue intervention. So, the only problem is, all of his friends are they're just sucking up to him, they're just sucking up to him, telling him how great he fucking is. So it's just all just horse shit.
I gotta agree with you, Zeus. I mean, he's giving 5 stars just for people lacing up their boots correctly. I mean, come on.
Basically,
But I mean,
look at this. Okay, so James, Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus at Payback, he gave 4 stars.
Mm.
Judgment Day versus Owens and Zayn, he gave 4 1/4 stars. He gave Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez 1.75 stars. So
nice.
Not even 2 stars. Not
Good
even
job.
2 stars. It's 1 3/4 stars.
You mean to tell me that Raquel Rodriguez can't even get 3 stars just on her own? How are we living?
she needed
right. Honestly, I mean, 3 stars. 3 stars. You didn't even show up.
Right?
And hey, not for nothing, James, you can back me up on this. Rhea Ripley had a China gear.
Yeah.
Like China-inspired gear, and just that gear alone, like her look, should have been like 3 stars.
She's looking really good, man. I mean, for the Ripley's pulling off all kinds of shit lately. Her hair's changed. Her gear is China-inspired. Her attitude's changing. She's speaking Spanish here and there. She's pushing people around. She's down in NXT. She's also, just like dissing the women down there, calling them amateur whores. I love it.
Now, dig this, James. So, All Out was the next day, right? All Out's the next day. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, Becky Trish got 4 stars the day before. Raquel and Rhea got 1 3/4 stars. Botchlander and Ruby Soho got 2.5 stars.
Mm.
Some 6-woman tag match got 2 stars. Whereas Miro and Powerhouse Hobbs got 4 1/4 stars. So Meltzer saying that's as good as the Judgment Day KO Sammy match. Danielson, Ricky Starks 5 stars. Claudio and Yuta versus Kingston and Shibata 4 1/4 stars. Takashita versus Omega is 5 stars. Bullet Club Gold versus FTR and Young Bucks is 4.5 stars. John Moxley versus Orange Cassidy is 4.5 stars.
Oh. Let me guess, John Moxley bled in that match.
I don't know. I have no idea. He won the title.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Orange Cassidy's thing. Gunther versus Chad Gable from Monday got 4.5 stars.
I thought that was pretty good.
I only saw the YouTube version, which was like 11 minutes long. I don't know if
no, it was a lot longer than that. Yeah, it was a lot longer than that.
I can't say. I've only seen the YouTube version. YouTube version was pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty decent.
I thought it was a good match, man. Oh my god, man, the crowd was so hot on fucking Chad Gable.
Did you see Gable's kids at the end when he lost?
Yeah,
the daughter crying her eyes out.
Mm-hmm. Now, see, WWE was smart. They capitalized on that moment, but they won't because they're stupid.
Did you see that fucking sleeper suplex that Gunther hit on on Gable? That looked brutal as fuck. Look like he dropped his head.
I'm sorry, but not for nothing. I said this from day one, and I will stick to my guns. I think Gunther should be the one to defeat Roman Reigns. I've said it from day one. Let him beat the shit out of Reigns.
No, it's got to be someone like.
Why not, Pedro?
It's got to be Cody or LA Knight or someone like that.
What? LA Knight? Get out of here! No. Why can't it be Gunther?
It just wouldn't work. Don't you need like a baby face that the crowd loves? What do you think, Zeus?
About what?
Who should end Roman Reigns' title reign?
Cody at WrestleMania. Duh.
Didn't they try that?
Not really, no.
Yeah, but isn't it past it now? Isn't it? Didn't they miss the magic?
Who else are they gonna have?
Yeah, but Zeus, they had everybody in the palm of their hand.
I know they did, and then but that's a famous Vince thing is to go. Oh no, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And then but you see, like he might be thinking, oh, we're just going to have Roman run over him. We'll crush everybody's dreams again next year, and then and then at the last minute, I think we'll have Cody win. You know,
I want Gunther to do it.
Oh, please!
Why not?
Oh my God! You can't even buy that dude a fucking personality. Jesus fucking Christ, Gunther!
That's the
Oh, come on, James!
If you would turn Roman face, it would turn Roman face.
No.
Automatically would turn the face, and everybody would hate Gunther.
No. Nobody wants Roman as a face anymore. They wanted him as a face back then.
I mean, he's so much more successful as this heel, as this tribal chief, than he ever will be as a face.
Yeah, but don't you think the story's stale?
No! The ratings are proof of that. The proof that the company's worth so much is all proof that this is working.
So you like
Gunther? Yeah, man. Oh, my God.
I want Gunther. Hashtag Gunther for champ.
Yeah. James,
you and 8 U-boat survivors from World War II are going to be really happy when that happens.
Brian Bell said, just my guess, Damian Priest will go face, have title from Cashin, and feud Gunther for the Raw title. He thinks Cody will dethrone Roman. We'll see. I mean, in terms of people who are over, it's just Cody and LA Knight, really, who are over enough to be the ones to do it, it seems.
They're not going to put on LA Knight.
So what are they going to do with LA Knight? How can he be the top merch seller and they do nothing?
I don't know. But, I mean, does he really need a strap? I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do with LA Knight. I mean, because he's facing The Miz and fucking Grayson Waller. I mean, I don't know how far you get with that, but hashtag Gunther for champ. Fuck y'all. I'm gonna piss Zeus off. Zeus, I'm pissing you off, baby. Gunther for champ.
Hey, he's exceeded every ceiling that he should have fucking gotten through already. As IC champ and beating Honky Tonk's record, he should be thrilled for life. Like, he's going to be able to sit on this accomplishment because it's never going to get any better for him.
And
that Rumble performance was awesome.
Yeah, Kane had some great Royal Rumble performances too.
Damn, Zeus.
But you know what? Kane had enough personality and enough presence to where, he was world champion. Gunther is not going to be, taking any WWE heavyweight titles back to the submarine.
You think he'll be a good heel champ?
Okay, now I'm not going to say he's never going to be champion.
I think he'd be a great heel champ. What are you guys talking about?
Wait, James, let me finish. I didn't say I said I'm not saying he'll never be champion.
I'm saying that.
Okay, I'm saying he likely will be champion. Now, will it be Roman
in Impact? Maybe, yeah. After they release him,
I think it'll be.
Fucking Zeus.
I think it'll be Seth's title, the fake world.
Oh,
title.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you guys don't think he would make a good heel champion? I mean, come on, good heel world champion.
I love Walter / Gunther. He was an excellent NXT UK champion. He's an excellent Intercontinental champion. He would be, of course, he takes that role very seriously, right? He seems to do that role very well. But he's not the person to dethrone Roman, in my opinion. Like,
I know he's not, but I would just do it just to piss people off. I'd do it. Because if you're not going to pull the trigger with Cody at WrestleMania, then all bets are off.
Here's the thing. So Cody takes the belt off Roman in hypothetically, right?
Okay.
Who takes the belt off Cody?
Roman again. He's not going to keep the belt long.
No, he's not going to keep the belt long. No.
We don't need him to keep it long. 4 or 5 months at best.
Yeah, you're right, Jesus.
I mean, that's something like SummerSlam, and Roman wins it back. Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, at some point they got to start building someone else besides Roman, though.
Well, they're building the Usos, and
I don't see us putting a world trap. I mean, the world strap on an Uso. I mean, they give it Jack Swagger.
Well,
I mean, and that's another thing with Eli Drake is no young spring chicken either. So if they're going to do something with him,
it's got to be now.
It should be soon.
Brian Bell said LA Knight and Cena versus Theory and Waller. Seems like he is going to get some Cena rub for a bit. We won't even see it coming. I'm joking.
I thought Cena already had a tag team partner. His ball spot.
Oh, damn.
No, I mean, I agree with Zeus. If you're gonna do something at LA Knight, it has to be soon. Now. I mean, do it now. I mean, you want to create a real buzz? Have him beat Gunther for the IC strap. But I'll fuck your head up.
Now, who should take it? Should it be Gable or should it be someone else who takes it?
I don't have a problem putting the strap on Gable. I have no problem with that because he showed that he can hang with Gunther in the ring. I mean, it was a good. So I have no problem with Gable as that. Yeah, I have no problem with Gable as IC champ. Just don't put on Ricochet again.
Oh God!
Because that was a useless run.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his fault, but it's the way his run was booked.
One thing I hate this week, as Gunther broke a Honky Tonk Man's record, was all the pictures and clips of Honky Tonk Man with the old belt, and me going like, I wish they had the old belt around still, because I love that belt.
That's a beautiful belt.
I love that belt so much.
That's a beautiful strap.
The one they have currently is fine or whatever, but it looks like a toy. It doesn't look like
It looks like an oversized, like, fancy dress woman's belt.
I know.
It does.
Like
I mean,
or
dude, think about it like this. Think about if they took it off the leather. If you just had those medallions and on a gold chain, like as a choker on a woman's neck, that would look amazing.
I can see Melina walking into the. I can see Melina walking.
Yeah, I can see her like digging her fingers into it, trying to choke herself.
Yeah,
crazy bitch.
I'm the IC champ. Yay! Look at my dress. Brutal.
Well,
something's
gotta keep her pants up. I mean,
wow. Wow. I have no problem with Gable winning the IC strap. Just don't put on Ricochet because he's just, to me, him and no, just no. Yeah, I mean they're trying to find stuff for him to do. It's just not working. I like Nakamura as a heel, which is fine because it doesn't make him lazy anymore. I like the new Hurt Business 2.0 or whatever you want to call them. It's about time they did something with the Street Profits because they're too good to sit on the sidelines or in catering. Just do something with people. Do something. I like the fact that Becky Lynch is going to be on fucking NXT Tuesday fighting Tiffany Stratton, and fucking not for nothing, because Tiffany Stratton should be the one to defeat Rhea Ripley.
Really?
Yep, out of nowhere.
Nah.
Yeah, because I want. Why can't Rhea Ripley win the IC belt? What? I mean, because they're making it like the modern day China. Give her a fucking strap.
But what they're doing with Rhea Ripley is working.
Yeah, it is.
The more they have her doing stuff like with the guys and stuff in Judgment Day, it gets her more over for her title defenses. It's weird.
Let me ask you a question, Pedro.
It doesn't make traditional sense. It doesn't make traditional booking sense, but it's what's working. So,
Pedro, let me ask you a question. Is she more over than Rollins?
Oh, is she? She might be. The whole Judgment Day might be.
Because she's
Uh,
over. I mean, she's like,
have you seen? Have you looked around on social media at like I noticed like on Instagram and stuff like that, the amount of kids. We're talking like tweens and teenagers, like tween and teenage girls who are doing fan art and doodles and stuff of Rhea Ripley and Dominic as a couple. You cannot imagine how much of this stuff I see. Like there's tons of it. Uh, they're
Dominic.
connecting. I mean, them as a duo is connecting with a certain audience. I don't know.
I hated Dominic, but they got him right. They found his perfect niche. This whole thing right here. This is what works for Dom. So this is working. He gets heat every time he opens his mouth. He does the run-ins. He saves everybody's titles. Perfect. He's a shit coward heel, and it's working.
He won the tag team titles for them.
Yeah. And he helped Rhea keep up against Raquel.
Yeah.
So
I honestly, like, more like the more that you push him away from trying to be, Ray Jr., the better. I mean,
I agree.
That it's so hard for most second generation wrestlers don't make it, and they especially don't make it being, copying their dad. I mean, like, the only time juniors and stuff really work is in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
It's not translated well, in North America and Canada, United States. I mean, David Flair, right, but he became more interesting when he was paired with Crowbar and Daphne.
Yeah.
And he was being absolutely nothing like his dad.
Yeah.
Eric Watts, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, Eric Watts he should have probably been put in a mask and like he should have been like the Super Invader.
Yeah.
Or the Super Invader 2 or something, and let him learn from other people. But they really, they really tried too hard. I mean, of course, Dustin is just so full of talent.
Dustin.
Dustin he's incredible. So, but that's just, he was able to grow up, with Dusty as his dad, and he got to work with people like, Barry Windham and see all these guys up close. And, he had so many great things going for him.
To your point, Zeus. Barry Windham came in on his own. No blackjack, no reference to blackjack mulligan and none of that shit. And he made it big on his own. I mean, I'm sure, behind the scenes different, but
No. He started out as Blackjack Mulligan Jr. and
he did.
Yeah, he was Blackjack Mulligan Jr.
Oh.
And then once he broke away from that, because that was real early. I mean, he broke away from being, because it was in Florida a lot, and the guys really laid into him for trying to be like his dad and everything. So I mean, it was clearly becoming not like his dad that allowed him to to be a completely different person.
You want to talk about completely person than your dad? What about Bray Wyatt? That's a completely different person.
But remember,
it was nothing like anybody in his family.
Mm-mm.
And remember, he was Husky Harris before, right?
Yeah, Husky Harris. Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That went over like a wet fart. Husky Harris was probably that new Nexus, right, Pedro?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. That was rough. So it's it's working what they're doing, but this is right. Just keep them away from the dad. Don't put him in the mat. As a matter of fact, I want WWE to stop referring to him as Mysterio. Just call him Dirty Dom. I don't want to hear Mysterio, but don't call him Dominic Mysterio. Just call him Dirty Dom, and just leave it at that. You know?
Hey, James, was it yesterday or Thursday? You were showing us that poster for that NWA show from the Omni.
Oh yeah, I did. It was Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were marking out over the ticket prices there. So
Yeah, $12.
Yeah.
Zeus was giving us the historical significance. That's where
Oh yeah, just give us the history.
dispute for the TV title.
Mm-hmm. But did you see that poster? That was one hell of a card, man.
Yeah. So that led me down a little rabbit hole because I never got to go to like the Sam Houston Coliseum and stuff in Houston for those NWA shows back in the 80s. In the late 80s and stuff. That's when I used to see this stuff advertised a lot. And I was looking at some of those cards. Man, they had some crazy shows.
Yeah, there was good shows back in the day, man. Really good stuff back in the day. Yeah, wow.
That guy Phil Cole on Twitter, he posted another one of those events from 1980, and it was from Houston. I had Bockwinkel versus Tony Atlas in the main event.
Wow.
And they each made I think it was $3,100 the flat match fee. They each had travel bonuses too. But if you figure, they were making, it's about the equivalent of $10,000 for one night. If you wrestle $10,000 3 nights a week, if you're getting that, that's that's quite a chunk of change. That's that's nine 36,000 a month.
Wow.
If you're just wrestling 3 days a week.
There was a whole bunch of those cards back then. Like stuff like the Omni card. I mean, I'm sure down here, in Zeus in North Carolina, I'm sure the cards like that, there must have been like a dozen. All over the place.
Yeah, I think that's one of the. I would love to see those old records if they existed. For the Crockett's. To see how they had stuff organized, because of course, obviously, after that main event, that there's a huge drop off, and even like the big names back then were getting like between $400 and $700. I want to say, and then of course the booker that's the job to have. The booker got 10%.
Oh wow!
Right.
Wow.
The booker got 10% of the after the stuff, and that's like $4,000. $4,000 in 1980 for booking the show.
Man. Wow. I'm looking at this card from March 4th, 1988. Sam Houston Coliseum, Houston, Texas. You got Black Bart with Skandor Akbar versus Kendall Windham. You got Shane Douglas versus Tiger Conway Jr. Rick Steiner with Kevin Sullivan versus Ron Simmons. You got a ladies battle royal with Linda Dallas, Kat LaRue, Debbie Irons, Comrade Orga, Miss Vanity. You got for the NWA United States Tag Team titles, the Midnight Express with Jim Cornette versus Jimmy Garvin and Ron Garvin with Precious.
Nice.
You got for the World Television title, Mike Rotundo with Kevin Sullivan versus Barry Windham. former tag partners.
Yep.
Fighting
U.S.
each other.
Express.
You got for the United States title, Dusty Rhodes versus Larry Zbyszko with Baby Doll. And the main event, Ric Flair defends the World Heavyweight title against Sting.
Nice.
Man.
Look at that. That's a Nitro. You know what I'm saying?
That's a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Here, I found this. All right, so I found this this card from Houston. And like I said, you guys gotta, people gotta follow Phil Cole more because he's awesome. Because he acquired all this stuff, I believe, in a big lot from an estate sale.
Nice.
I think. But so the main event. Whoa, James!
No, it was me.
It was. I could see it bouncing on you. Anyway, so we'll start at the opening. The opening match was Kerry Von Erich against Jonathan Boyd. Then El Gran Marcus versus Toru Tanaka.
Okay. Yeah.
Gino Hernandez against the crippler Rick Oliver. Then Mr. Hito and Mr. Sakurada against Jose Lothario and Tiger Conway Jr. And that's for the American Tag Team title. No DQ match. 2 out of 3 fall. 45-minute. Then for the Brass Knuckles title, Maniac Mark Lewin, the champion, against Bruiser Brody, the challenger.
The Purple Haze.
Yeah. That was also a 2 out of 3. No, that was 1 fall to a finish. Then for the women's world title, Moolah against Winona Littleheart. And then the main event, special referee Lou Thez, NWA World Heavyweight title, Harley Race the champion, against Tony Atlas, 2 out of 3 fall 60-minute match.
Nice.
Right?
Nice.
Right. So, and then here's the payout. So, Harley Race got $3,192 because of his travel, and Tony Atlas got $3,311 because of his travel. Moolah, Winona, Mark Lewin, Brody, Mr. Hito, Mr. Sakurada, Jose Lothario, and Tiger Conway Jr. all got $500 apiece. Gino Hernandez and Rick Oliver got $275 apiece. Graham Marcus, Toru Tanaka, Kerry Von Erich, and Jonathan Boyd each got $250. The NWA got a check for $407. Luthez got $500. Gary Hart $500. JJ Dillon $500. Bronco Lubitsch got $300. Danny McShane $250. So that's $14,900 roughly for payroll that night.
Wow.
Right? The paid amount of people, 8,721 people, paid $43,203. State tax, 3% state tax, $1,296, left them with a net of 4,100. 40 right at 42,000. The booker, whoever that was, got $4,200. The balance was 37,000, and then 80% after tax and booking, 30,000 roughly, and then half of that, 15, and then they paid, like I said, they paid 15 for the for the payroll. So I mean they come out $15,000 in the good in one night. The promotion after actually paying everyone.
That's not a bad haul.
So I love that. I love seeing that stuff. But Pedro,
what's the account?
Phil Cole. It's at Phil Cool 27.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see it.
And so yeah, so that's that, and like you said, that that WCW card you were talking about, that was, I mean, Jesus, Sting and Flair in the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at this one. December 3rd, 1988. Ron Simmons versus Mike Rotunda. Midnight Express versus the original Midnight Express. So you got Bobby and Stan versus Dennis and Randy. You got Rick Steiner versus Steve Williams. Bam Bam Bigelow and Eddie Gilbert versus Barry Windham and Ric Flair. And then the main event for the tag team championships, the Road Warriors with Paul Ellering versus Lex Luger and Sting.
Oh.
Nice.
Here's another good one. September 9th. That's today. Oh, I didn't even pay attention to that. September 9th, 1988. Rick Steiner versus Brad Armstrong. Rip Morgan and Tug Taylor versus the Fantastics. Nikita Koloff versus the Russian Assassin #1. For the United States title, Barry Windham versus Sting. Ricky Morton versus Rip Morgan. Rip Morgan doing double duty this night. Dusty Rhodes and Steve Williams versus Al Perez and Kevin Sullivan. For the World Tag Team titles, Tully and Arn versus the Midnight Express. And in the main event, Ric Flair defends the world title against Lex Luger. Those are some pretty good shows.
Which means Ric Flair had to work hard that night. He had to carry Luger.
I was just curious, like when you showed that thing the other day, I was just curious, like what shows did I not get to see at the Sam Houston Coliseum?
Oh yeah, I mean, I missed a billion shows around. I mean, how many house shows the Garden used to have, and then shows like in the surrounding areas. Like up in White Plains, New York, there was another WWE venue there. I think it was the White Plains Civic Center, and there were whole house shows there at least like once a month.
Yeah, Greensboro had a house show every Sunday for 40 years, and then there also might be another show during the week. Shelby, North Carolina, is where a lot of those Mid-Atlantic and worldwide house shows were from. I mean, they were constant, like they were. They would do anywhere from, 3 to 4 shows a week in North Carolina.
I can imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just tons of wwrestling. Man, for
$12, man, all of us could have went like every day of the week.
Well, I mean that TV taping I went to, I got to see Worldwide in Mid-Atlantic. It was $4.
Oh my god,
man!
You can try to go to a show now. $4.
But I mean, the relative, the money though. I mean, it's like, let me look that up. So that's still $12 for a house show, which is that's a great buy, because it's like even AML right now, they're getting front row 20.
Yeah, but see, the AML is a good value.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying that, I mean, that's what they're getting, because they're it's once a month too,
Yeah,
so. Yeah. I think their Future Stars cards are cheaper. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Haven't been to one.
I want that belt.
Yeah, it's a great belt. It really is.
It's better than anything WWE has.
Pedro, what date was that? That last show with the Midnights versus Midnight versus Tully and Arn?
September 9th, 1988. I believe I can fly. Sorry.
Oh, Kelly?
No, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. Hold on. It might be the December one. Let me see. Yeah, it's December 3rd, 1988. December 3rd.
That was the Midnights versus Midnights.
Yeah.
So that was shortly before Star Blazers and shortly before
Star Blazers. I love the Midnights versus. I thought it was a great feud.
Man, all I know is as a kid, I would have freaked out this Road Warriors versus Lex Luger and Sting main event. I would have gone nuts. I say kid, what 1989? No, 1988. I'm like 13 years old. So I guess I'm still a kid. Sort of. Tween.
Yeah, 89, that's when I graduated high school and went off to college.
The first Clash was that was Sting and Flair. That was a big thing, Miles. All the neighbors' kids came over to watch. Because we were only ones watching WCW and WA. Everybody was like, Hulkamaniac.
Oh man, you know what's wild? CMLL had two shows in Houston in 1994.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Since we came back from the pandemic, there's been no shows in Florida. Outside of NXT. There's been no New Japan. There's no more Ring of Honor. Because that's part of AEW. There's no New Japan, there's no New Japan Strong. Nothing.
In Florida?
Yeah. I haven't heard anything. And, I haven't tried to go to NXT. It's impossible to get this.
How do you have a damn... Okay, here it is. I was like, how do you have the damn Wikipedia? You don't have a... Sometimes they put shit out of order with this stuff. It's annoying. It was the next night, Pedro, September 10th, 1988. That's when the Midnights beat Tully and Arn for the belts.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. In Philly.
Yeah, I've been to a couple of NWA shows in Philly. Yeah, in the Civic Center.
Civic Center.
Mm-hmm. That's why I saw Lasertron wrestle 3 times. One night.
Nothing wrong with Lasertron. He needed a tag team partner. He needed a Lasertron too to go against the new breed, not Boogie Woogie Man. Right?
Yeah.
If Boogie Woogie Man could have been with him to hype everybody up.
That would have been cool, actually.
That would have been cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I missed the new breed. God, they were just so out there and so wacky. I mean, the favorite sons of Cybertron, man.
Mm-hmm.
Love those guys.
What happened to them? Thank God.
Well, sadly, Chris Champion became Yoshi Kwan, and
that was a waste. It's fingernails.
Was it Sean? Was it Sean Royal?
Yeah.
So he retired basically in '93.
Really, that long ago?
Yeah, well, apparently they were in after the they had a steel cage match for the UWF World Tag Team title um, at the UWF Superdome pre-Starrcade '87 show, but Chris Champion failed to appear. Sean Rowe defeated Killer Khalifa in a singles match. He stated in a shoot interview that he was livid with Champion over this. He retired from full-time wrestling soon after, opting to become a construction worker instead. Made a return in '93 to work for New Japan. Wow, he teamed with Brad Armstrong in Super Grade Tag League 3. And then he apparently retired again, came back in 2001, wrestled for NWA Wildside just a very little bit. So, very sad. They were just wild. They were wild and crazy dudes, man.
We're two wild and crazy guys. Sorry.
That Yoshi Kwan was a failed gimmick.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was, it's just like the Orient Express. That was another stupid one. They shouldn't have split up Tanaka and Diamond in the first place.
Nope.
But hey, that's another what if.
Well. So
what if?
James, you're going on another sabbatical, right?
Yeah. I'm leaving Tuesday for New York. I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone. So, if the hurricane lets me land properly, yeah. Yeah, I have to go see a surgeon in Jersey. So I did a video call with him already. So I'm gonna meet in person and go do tests. A whole bunch of stuff already. So I'm up there. Might as well make a little vacay out of it.
So Dr. Bon Jovi, is there anything you think you can do for my heart? And then he starts playing a song.
Whoa.
That'd be kind of hot.
Medicine.
He does have that restaurant up there, right? That you only pay what you think it was worth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
James is going to try to get into the Sukuban show, right? I'm joking.
I would go to that show. Sure, why not? I'd go. Because it's sold out, right?
Yeah,
it's sold out, right?
Sold
That's
out.
bullshit. You can find tickets. You always find tickets anything in New York. It's sold out doesn't exist. Please.
So we'll be on hiatus for like 2 weeks or so, I guess.
Well, I'll be gone for 2 weeks, but I think the second week I might be able to do the show from New York live.
Interesting.
If everything plays out the way I think it is, yeah. So it should be interesting.
Just curious.
I might have special guests with me. Like Stella Artois and Jack Daniels. So it should be cool. Yeah.
Zeus, you got anything coming up?
Just still just working on stuff, and you want to sneak peek at a sketch for the sketchbook?
We're waiting for somebody
new
to say
sketch.
something.
Yes. Whoa.
Hold on.
This is Bluebeard, right?
Yeah, this is Bluebeard.
That's
her ancestor. So
that's a good job, Zeus.
thank you.
That looks
So
hot.
that'll be part of the. I got about 12 or 13 good images for the sketchbook.
I want my steel cover, steel foil cover, autographed steel cover, foil, steel book, extra special collected superior inferior edition.
He's gonna get it printed on aluminum metal.
Yeah, that comic's gonna turn out hot. Watch. Yeah, that's just gonna turn out really good. Cause it's looking really good so far, man. With all the sketches you showed us and all the stuff, that's just looking good.
Let's see. Wednesday, September 13th, on my Twitch, twitch.tv/TexanSpaniard. We're having a birthday celebration special. It's not my birthday. My birthday's the day before. But we're doing the celebration on Primetime Gems. So if people want to hang out, we'll be doing something on that on Wednesday.
That is cool. Pedro plucking strings.
Plucking strings. So we'll see everyone in 2 or more weeks, however long it is.
And then hopefully with no echo.
Yeah, James, you have a great time in New York.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Taking care of business. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm hoping everything goes smooth with the doctor, surgeon. I'm hoping everything gets approved. I'm hoping that he's able to say yes, so this way he can slice me open, take away the scar tissue that's around my heart, and everything would be ready to rock and roll. So let's see what happens. It's all good in the hood, as they say.
All good in the hood, man.
All good in the hood.
Whoop whoop.
So we'll see you on the future. Everyone take care. Adios.
Later.
Boo.
Thank you, Brian.